Good afternoon. It is April 5th, 2025. This is Debbie Davis. I just finished taking a little tour of the Runestone Museum in Alexandria, Minnesota. It's about 2 hours north of the city. And I've been wanting to see this runestone ever since I've heard about this for years in Minnesota. But then they weren't, there wasn't a lot of information about it. It was kind of controversial, is what I remember in the past. Okay. But this is a runestone, and they tried to say that it was from the Vikings, and now, they pretty much have evidence that it's, it was, it says according to the translation that they were from Norway and Sweden. Okay. Translating this runestone. And originally, when the guy Ole discovered it on his land in Kensington, Minnesota, they originally tried to discredit him and call it a farce, and that he had made it up. Like, this isn't something you can make up. This is an ancient language, a rune language that is like sacred text that has to be translated, that only certain people know how to translate it. So there wouldn't be any way that this Ole guy, could have made this up. But that was the original story that was told for many years. Okay, and so it's a pretty big deal, because it means that if the Vikings were here before Christopher Columbus, then this is like, one of the centers of America. This is like if they were here before Christopher Columbus, then that means that this is one of the starting places of America. Okay, it shows the route that the Viking ship took all the way from Norway, Sweden, all the way here. The Great Lakes. We have the Great Lakes. They just came right through certain routes through the Great Lakes and the ocean, and then the Great Lakes. So, it's not like it's impossible. They had the Viking ships at the time. And so this has been covered up for many years. The lady told me that was working at the museum, told me that there was recently some people out here trying to do some more current, now that we have updated equipment to test these kind of things. So there was some people that came out with some infrared technology to the Kensington site, to the grounds where it was originally found, and they're trying to see if they can find the remains of the Viking ships, because it says right on the runestone that there were ships that were, and apparently there's all these different like anchor looking things around the area too, that are like, parts of the boat, like the Vikings boats. So this is, hopefully with the new technology, we can find out more about this runestone. It is being translated. But it's an ancient language, and so it's kind of hard to figure out exactly what some of the symbols mean and things. If this is, because we were taught that Christopher Columbus was the one who discovered America, and they're finding things like all throughout the United States that proving that like the Vikings and stuff were here first, and there were other civilizations, maybe the Indians and stuff too. So I feel like we're not being told the truth about these type of things, and it's like, okay, what is the big deal? So we thought it was Christopher Columbus, but now we're discovering more information that proves otherwise. So big deal. Like, just you have to when you know the truth, you have to just say, look, we discovered more, and then you have to just update the information, update our history. You can't cover it up. You have to just update the history if we weren't told the truth. But it's like, there's been like this big cover up about it, and so that's what's been frustrating. It's been real controversial, I guess. So anyway, I have some footage in my shorts, the short part of my video here, and then I'm just doing a video explaining. I just took a video of the big Ole statue in front of the lake there, but I have in my shorts the actual picture, the actual footage of the runestone, and translation of the Runestone in my shorts, in my video shorts. So, okay, so hopefully you can take a look at that. And I enjoyed the museum, and they said in the summer you can see there's a Viking ship or something in the back that they open up. So so apparently there are some Viking ships that, I don't know, I'll have to find out more. But she said in the summer there's more in the back that you could see. But it was really cool.